All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Kolo Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rachach Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well, where we learn this knowledge, wisdom, and truth from. This is Lakamah from the Virginia branch of Virginia, and I wanted to do a video on not giving these women power over you. Yeah, I'll entitle "Do Not Give a Woman Power Over You." We know, women are the weaker vessel. That's the way the Most High set it up. But 2/3 and the rest of the nations, especially here in Babylon, they have the happy wife, happy life mentality. And coming up, we were taught to cater to a woman and court a woman, and make sure she's happy, even if that means us not being happy, and that's just not scriptural. It's not wrong with wanting your woman to be happy and having a so-called okay relationship, but we got to remember what comes first. So order to this thing, man. And matter of fact, let me get that. I'll open up with that. Give me 1 second. That's how the spirit flow, because I wasn't even thinking about bringing this out, but that's how it goes. This is first. Well, I'll get it in the blue letter right here. This is 1 Corinthians. Come on now. Why it does that? 1 Corinthians 11:3. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah is Yahweh." So that's the order. It's the Yahweh, our Lord Yahweh Shah, man, then the woman, then the children. And this America pushes the opposite. That's why when you see these videos, music videos, the woman might be on the balcony and the guy's looking up to her, singing to her, pleading for her to come back, give him a shot. Well, that's not what the scriptures talk about, Let's go to Proverbs 31. Oops, sorry. It's this phone I got. For some reason, I think it's off when you touch it. Proverbs 31:3. It says, "Give not thy strength unto a woman, nor ways to that which destroyeth kings." So, hey man, it's a reason why they set it up like that. Hey, look at the story of Samson. What happened? He trusted in a woman. And look, we know how that went. So you don't give your strength to a woman, man. You don't confide to these women your weaknesses. You don't let a woman knows. I'm talking about these average women out here. I ain't talking about a righteous woman. You don't tell these women, how you make it through life, your little secret hacks, I should say, and it's a reason why the apostles and elders say, don't even tell these women you in the truth, because that's our power source right there. They're going to use that against you, As soon as she don't get her way, she going to put you on blast. Oh, he one of them Israelites, and he think he can have multiple women, and he think that, what I mean? I'm just using that examples, Because at the end of the day, a woman doesn't fear. These women aren't God-fearing, man. They fear the lack of attention. That's what they fear. They're very contentious. Let's get that. Proverbs 27. Come on. There we go. This is Proverbs 27:15. It says, a continual dropping in a very rainy day and a day contentious woman are alike. So it says a continual dropping in a very raining day, meaning it keeps pouring on you, and a contentious woman are alike. And that's right. When a woman got you by the so-called balls, they don't let up. They keep pouring down on you that negativity, that negative energy. You know. Oh, and I got the definition of contention. Let me get that. It is late 14th century contention. It means strife, dissension, quarreling, a vigorous struggling, a contest, a fight. And that's what a woman wants to do. A woman she's competing with your time and energy, especially if you're a righteous man. You know, we got to give our time and energy and do the work to give our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, a certain amount of time. A woman is going to want to fight that, you know. A violent effort to obtain something. Yeah, you see a woman at the last, you know, if she can't get what she wants, she'll get physical with you or try to make you get physical or call the police and say you got physical. You know. Another definition, a point asserted as part of an argument, right? A contentious speech act, a dispute where there is strong disagreement. And like I said, these women, at the end of the day, they'll smile, they'll say they believe in God, they'll say they're a Christian or, you know what I mean, a righteous woman. But as soon as they don't get their way, all that's out the window, man. You know, they're truly adulterous, man. And like I said, I'm not saying this about every woman, but we're talking about, you know, the woman, these modern women, I should say. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, here we go. Such is a way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and say, I have done no wickedness. When, you know, for the ones that know, they know what that means right there, you know. But, you know, she'll do something right in front of you and then say, oh, I didn't do that. You know, I've seen it. I've seen women put the act on where I know for a fact they did something, and then they'll throw the tears come out of nowhere, swear to you, look you dead in your face, say they ain't do it, knowing they damn well they did it. You know, and I'm bringing these scriptures out because, hey, man, we got a job to do, man. We got to keep pushing forward, you know, until the big bro come back. And again, you know, if you're not in the right spirit, wicked women will try to draw you away from that, man. Straight up, you know. Let's go to Jeremiah. Dang, this thing is really off. There we go. Jeremiah 31 and 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing on earth. A woman shall compass of a man. And remember, I just brought 1 Corinthians out, the order of this thing, right? But the Lord said, this is prophecy. The Lord said, hey, in the latter days to come, a woman will be over the man. And how does that make sense? Because look, if me and my woman are in the bed and a robber breaks in and threatens to hurt something, who's supposed to protect who? A man's supposed to get up and protect, right? You know? Hey, a man's supposed to get up and provide, right? So how the hell, in this day and age, a woman can dictate what's going on? You know? That it makes no sense, you know? At all. So we got to make sure that, hey, man, we got to make sure we move correctly in this thing. Don't forget, keep the eye on the prize. I don't care how beautiful a woman looks. I don't care how in love you are. A woman will really put you in a situation where something very, very bad can happen just to see how much you are into her or how far she can push you. You know what I mean? What is it? Let me see if I can remember this. Give me 1 second. There we go. Yep, that's Sirach 25 and 16. Let me get this. Go to my Bible app, Salakia. Yeah, let's go to Ecclesiasticus Sirach. Boy, come on. 25. And 16, it says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Right. So this person is saying, hey, man, I will bang out with a lion. We know lion is king of the jungle, right? You know? And a dragon than to keep a close area with a truly wicked woman, because they're going to just continue to bring mischief and negativity, that energy, you know? I brought out a scripture earlier how it's, a wicked woman and continual raindrops on you are similar, you know? That's insane, man. Let's go. I got one more. I ain't gonna make it long. Is it First Esdras? Yeah, it's First Esdras 4 and verse 26, I believe. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. And that's backwards. You know, they're supposed to be our servant. You know, it says many also have perished, have erred, which means erred, and sinned for women. You know, you've seen that all through the scriptures. You know, King Solomon, he had all them women, but they had him going off. You know, because he loved them women, and we see that all the time nowadays. You know, so we got to keep our eye on the prize. Remember that. Hey, let's get the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, hey, man, we supposed to fear the Most High and keep his commandments and wake up the elect, man. Point blank, period. So if a woman's stopping you from doing that or putting you in danger from not and be able to do that, hey, man, chuck her to the side, man. Or if you can't chuck her to the side, deal with her only when it's very, very, very necessary. And y'all know what I mean by that. You know, if you burning or something, you know what I mean? You yearning for, you know, get your 1-2s off. Or, you know, sometimes men do want to, you know, communicate with a female, but keep it at a bare minimum, you know? So with that, I hope this was edifying. So the next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachaha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, who rule well and teach well. Kwam Yasha Allah, Shalom.